plan that we would start doing after this conference. So which of the panelists want to go first? The other time, Princess Philomena went first. Ifoma went last. So let's start with Ifoma Okereke or Ifoma Opara to 2 minutes to round up. Then Obio Keke will follow suit. Mrs. Madike would go forth, and then Princess Philomena. So we can do this exercise in 8 minutes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. My rounding up would be like to call on mothers to hold on to our girl children, you know, to teach them how to protect themselves, make them understand how vulnerable they are and how easy they can be taken advantage of. And also for the boys, we should teach them how to tame themselves and how to be a gentleman and how to tame that beast which dwells, you know, in them, and you know, to make them responsible adults in the future. And then for the policymakers, my plea will be for them to initiate some policy issues that will protect the girl child. I can't see why a child of 11 years should be married, 12 years should be married to an old man. That is a policy thing. They should go back to the drawing board and enact policies that will eradicate such abuses on the little girls. You know, it's terrible that, and I don't know how to even look at it. You know, then for the society at large, we have many victims of circumstances, especially rape, domestic violence, and all that. You don't have to shame them, rather support them. Those that have money, try and build like a little shelters for this type of vulnerable individuals so that you can rescue them when the time comes. Because sometimes the problem is they don't even know where to go. If they fall out with whoever is keeping them, they don't know where else to pull up with or where to go. Then for the police and the law enforcement, they should buckle up and really sit up so that they'll be able to handle this issue that has to do with rape. And not when somebody comes to report and you say, oh, how did they rape you? Were you standing? Were you sitting? How did it happen? You were shaking your butt and all that stuff. So we have to take it seriously because it's beginning to get so threatening, and every day people do a lot of terrible things to vulnerable little ones and they get away with it. So we have to all get together and speak up. I commend CIPDI for the work you're doing. Is great and it's marvelous, and I pray that we should take this higher so that the needed impacts will be made in our country and even in the world at large. So thank you, everybody, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Ms. Obio KK, your turn.
Okay. What I should add last is that it's important to note that rape can happen to anybody at any time. It is not your fault that you are raped. It is never your fault. It doesn't matter where you were, what you are doing. Nobody has a right over your body. It is your body, and you have a right over your body. So anybody, what I'm trying to say is that rape can happen to anybody. It is not your fault. It is the fault of the rapist, the fault of the perpetrator, because rape is a conscious decision. So what I'm trying to say is that I beg of you, any lady, any girl, any woman that is raped, do not be shy. Don't go and keep down and stay in your home and be crying and be brooding and be trying to look for how to kill yourself. Speak up. At least be able to find somebody who you can trust, you can confide in, and tell the person your problem. A problem shared is half solved. I have where I was staying with my parents at Agoda in Lagos, Suleri. I had a girl in my compound, the lady. She went to, we were neighbors too. Why I'm trying to bring up this matter is that the mother did not help matters at all when this girl was raped, because she went to a friend's house who just gave birth to a baby. She went to spend the weekend with the lady and the husband. Unfortunately, armed robbers came into the house. When they came in, they took everything they wanted to take and saw this lady. No, they saw the woman. They wanted to rape a woman, a nursing mother. But unfortunately for the woman, they saw this lady. I don't want to mention her name. They saw her, and when they saw her, do you know that the 8 of them raped these girls in turns? That girl, she could not, in fact, she cried, she almost killed herself. And one day I just called her, said, Fatima, come, can we meet upstairs in my house? What is wrong with you? She started crying. Me, I helped her to cry. And at the end of the day, I told her, please confide in me. And she told me what happened. But she told me that it's not even the rape again that is killing her, that it is the mother who uses it every time to abuse her. You, Ashawo, you foolish girl. What did you go to do? You went there to open your legs for 8 robbers to, that. But one thing again, sometimes I respect men, some men. She had a boyfriend then who was very nice. The man was extremely nice. The man helped her to get out of that trauma. So what we're trying to say is that I have handled a lot of cases in courts, even in police stations, where I even got lawyers on pro bono to take those cases on behalf of those people, on behalf of the victims, and they all got judgments. Do you understand? And I didn't collect one kobo from them. I did it out of passion, out of the anger that how can this be perpetrated upon this person? And if it is me, I'll use my karate skills to scatter your jaw and all that. But this lady was not able to do that because probably she's not a martial artist like I am. And I felt it is very bad. And I could feel her pain, their pain. That's why I went all the length to make sure I helped them from the police station to arresting the man, to getting to the police, to the court, and getting judgments for them on pro bono basis. Thank you. The most important thing, speak up. Confide in somebody, speak up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mrs. Mandike, then after you, Princess Ogogo would round up. Then we'll also give the participants some time to share what they want to, maybe some word of advice or wisdom. So go ahead, Mrs. Mandike. Mrs. Mandike, you are on. Okay, I think there's some issues with that. So, Princess Ogogo, please go ahead.
I have unmuted myself because I have another meeting. I think, first of all, finding justice for rape and domestic abuse victims and survivors are lawful accountability and repercussions for the abusers. Justice also includes making resources readily available for those survivors. There are no resources available for them. When it comes to household, teaching morals by parents, because charity begins at home. Parents should show them good example. I remember when I was growing up, how my mother taught us, may her soul rest in peace. I thought that if a man looks at you like this twice, you get pregnant. That's how we are taught then. Don't let any man talk to you or come near you or this, run home. So I used to think that even going close to a man will make you pregnant. I think we need to start those kind of teachings. Although Nigerian parents teach their children well, but a rapist is a rapist. I think if they will do sequencing and brain analysis of their brain, I'm sure the gray matter there is scattered because no normal human being will do the kind of things they do. I think government should continue. Knowing Nigeria, now they have enacted their law because of what is happening, they'll think they have solved the problem, they'll relax. No, lawyers here will know that, will tell us that laws keep evolving because things change. You change laws, you add laws, you do addendum. I think government should continue to enact laws to protect our girls and girls' child from rape. And the legal system should be strengthened seriously to protect the victims. Why I say so, our court systems are not strengthened. Because for them to find justice for the rape and domestic abuse victims and survivors, It looks lawful. It has to be lawful accountability and repercussions for the abusers. And justice must be done and resources readily available for those survivors. Because most of them, there's no justice. And the stigmatization is always there. Like one of my fellow sisters said, the person that was raped was stigmatized, couldn't go out until, you know, rape is not a death sentence. And I still maintain for rape victims, if you come across any, don't go to police first. Go to the doctor, go to the hospital. Let them take vaginal swab for evidence of semen. With that, whoever that is, you take the person's sample, even if it's here, and do DNA sequencing. That semen must match. Because if you go to the police first, forget it is to your tent, oh Israel. Police, that thing will change to Akam, not more semen. That's my take. This is a very, thank you, Ifani, for this, because this is a very pressing issue. Rape has always been in society, even during biblical times. It is something they think women, God created us just for the satisfaction of men. It's not like that. I wonder what will happen if I catch a man and start raping him. What would the world say? Yes. Why can't women start raping men? They will know how it feels. And in the process, cut their penis for them. So they will know how it feels. Thank you for putting this. And I hope this is not the end. There will be other levels and, you know, advancement of this webinar on women abuse and girl child abuse. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all the participants. We are very grateful. This is just the beginning. Let me just share briefly what we are doing at CPDI. We have a land. We've acquired the land for the purpose of putting together a safe haven, a shelter where we can, you know, transit women, children who have faced difficult times, put them there temporarily. We've not completed it yet. We're still in the building process. Hopefully we will complete it before the end of the year. Two, we're also putting out things to get volunteers that will be willing to train them in case management, putting together different resources, psychologists, counselors, where to find help, and all those things. So that once we identify a victim, we'll be able to send people their way that would take the assessment and guide them to the resources that tailor to their need. The other thing is we've also created different zones, different regions. We have the Southeast region, we have the South-South, this Southwest, Northeast, North Central, and I think Northwest also. We're putting all these things together, and we're going to create a board, as Professor Okoye suggested. So if you're interested to be part of that, please shoot me an email or send me your information. We will contact you. Another thing that we'll be putting together in the coming weeks is a panel, a committee that will begin to work on legislation and policies. We need that. We're also going to put together a committee that would address the area of sensitization, the mass media, the newsletter. We're going to put all those things out, basically. We're trying to make funds available to get some of these things done. And we'll be sharing more of those things with you all in the time in a week or two, once we put everything together. So I want to say thank you. We have a few more time. I'm going to give the participants some time, a minute each, to say something. I know Ireti has something she wants to say. I'm going to mute them so she can say something, and all the participants, you are welcome now to share something, and then we'll go ahead and round up in the next 10 minutes. Thank you very much, everyone.
I want to thank CIPDI for this seminar or lecture, whatever it is. It's timely and it's appreciated. Number two, these rapists, they didn't fall from the heaven actually, or a child or men who beat up women. They were raised by women. For instance, when my son was about 7 or 8, he has an older sister who's a little bigger than he is, but I noticed that when they get upset, he engages in a physical fight with her. So I called his attention. I said, men do not fight women physically. He said, okay. So the next time I saw him fighting with her, I didn't ask what the problem was. I instantly beat him. And when I was done, I asked him, I said, what did I tell you? He said, you told me not to fight with girls. I said, and? He said, but it's not a girl, it's only her. I said, well, she's still a girl. And the severity of that beating from when he was 8, he's now 30. And from that day, no matter the provocation from a woman, he has never engaged in being physical. And I believe that had it been okay with me, he would grow up thinking it's okay to hit women. So us mothers too, we have sons. We should make sure that all these things we say, we also insist that our sons grow up to be the kind of men who do not hit women no matter the provocation. I tell him, I said, what did she say? She has a sharper mouth. Sharpen your own mouth too. So I'm trying to say these things, and also say we should educate the police. It's ridiculous. The police is not educatable. If your husband is beating you, call the police. The police will tell you, madam, it's domestic matter, and they will not do anything. So really, all that is part of the general problem of Nigeria. Nigeria is a country that is seriously malfunctioning. So finding a solution to any of the things we want has to be within this malfunction. As some lady said, laws. The laws are there. There are many, many states that is against the law to marry 10, 12, 13, anybody under 18. It hasn't stopped people from doing it because there's no enforcement. So it's not the laws we lack. We have plenty of the laws. What we need is a society that somehow enforces them. Thank you very much. And I hope we can build on whatever discussions we've had here today.
Thank you very much.